When I pull up on you, then I might swear, ayy. Dribble off deuce, ayy. That just might work, ayy. When I pull up on you, then I might swear, ayy. Dribble off deuce, ayy. That just might work, ayy. That just might work.
Welcome back to another episode of the Michel Matters Podcast. I'm Jocks Michel.
And I'm Jackie Michelle.
Welcome back.
Hey, guys.
Episode 50.
Last of the year.
Yeah. Something light. 50
you
episodes
say that
deep.
Every time.
What?
Something light?
Yeah, something light.
Okay.
50 episodes deep.
Yes.
Never thought that.
That's crazy.
We would take it this far.
Yeah.
But
so
yeah.
what's new?
What's new? It's the end of the year. I'm happy. Wrapping up the work month or the work year.
Yes.
Moving on. I feel like we always do a bad job of recapping what's been going on with us.
Yeah.
But what I remember, I went to the shooting range, had some guy time.
Didn't take me.
Nah, but that's another thing.
But that's all right.
You're going to get,
2020.
Yeah.
I'm there.
We're going to have his and hers.
We'll see about
Yeah,
that.
we're going to have his and hers. We're going to be living right.
Pump the brakes.
Nah, I mean, why not, right? The right to bear arms.
Okay.
But, but what else? I mean, I feel like it's a lot of just Christmas stuff going on. Friday, my niece had her Christmas show.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, man. It was
cute.
It was really good. It was really good.
The thing is, it started an hour earlier this year, so you missed all of it.
Oh, the whole thing.
Yeah, and I guess you had billing or whatever.
Yeah, I had work stuff.
At work, so. But we hung out with her after. Yeah, she came over.
Yeah, I made up for it.
And we didn't make her watch it, but we were like, you need to watch these movies. So we made her watch.
Yeah, Disney Plus lets you go back and watch some stuff that even I kind of forgot about.
Yes. So you put on Smart House.
Yeah, that was one of my favorites.
I was thinking Up and Away because she likes like superhero type stuff. I don't know if it's on there yet.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's a Disney movie.
I didn't look for it.
But yeah, we ended up watching Smart House, and I was like, "Wow, that's crazy!" Because we have smart houses now. I mean, obviously they don't go
Not
crazy
like
Pat.
Yeah,
but yeah, we have smart homes now. So like a lot of the things that they had on there is like we can kind of do now.
No, there's a
kind
lot of
of
stuff. What?
Like you can talk from wherever you are, and you can talk to like your mail guy. If you have a certain camera or device outside.
Some of that stuff, yeah.
Like, that stuff is here. Is real.
I guess. But, like, Pat was still on some crazy stuff.
I mean, she doesn't grab, like, the house doesn't grab the paper for you.
Like, I still want
no
the floor absorbers. Like,
that's just sound, though.
No, it's not.
Because you still have to clean it.
Not like, I'm talking about, like,
you
don't got to sweep. Because it was carpet.
Right. But then, what about the smell of the juice or whatever that
Pat took care of all that.
Okay.
Come on, man. She was next level.
Then, we watched Xenon.
Y'all watched Xenon.
Yeah, you knocked
out. Yeah.
You were the first to go. It's always a competition, like, who's going to be the first
It's not a competition.
To go. It is. When London's here, it's like, okay. She usually stays up the longest.
Yeah, she typically does.
She usually babysits us.
Because she's a child, so she don't got nothing else going on. I woke up early as hell that morning. So.
Yeah, we did. Oh, no, you did because it was a Friday.
It's a day.
Yeah, a day. But I stayed up the longest. That was crazy. I was
surprised. Yeah.
I was like, I actually put a blanket on this girl. Like,
I had no idea.
I'm usually the first to go.
Because I was out of there.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was either because, I mean, maybe it's because we were watching a movie. Mm-hmm. But donezo. And then I would have stayed up, but y'all were like, go to sleep. And I was like, okay. I don't mind not watching Xenon.
I mean, you're just snoring the whole time through the movie. So, yes, can you please take that to another room?
He didn't have to put on my business out there like that. But
yeah, so that was fun. What else?
We have our church Christmas cantata. The I don't know. The choir
like a
sings.
musical-ish.
Yeah, the choir sings.
Yeah.
So that's tonight.
So we need to get this show on the road.
I mean, episode 50, calm down.
Yeah,
Gotta let it breathe.
I know.
Let it breathe. We're gonna get the people what they want.
And we had a celebration.
Was
it this week?
Oh, yeah.
We had a celebration this week.
That was this week.
Because the basketball team won.
Yes, sir. It's sad that we had to celebrate.
No, you have to celebrate a win.
Yeah, I guess. But typically, I'm not used to like waiting this long for a first win. But it's a whole new group.
It was so interesting because the kids, that were watching. First of all, it was an intense game.
It was.
And
we were down 22
those
points.
Games. I actually like those games because it's interesting to watch, but I hate those games
because to make a comeback.
It'll be like the dumbest things that I'm like, why would you miss this free throw? Like, everything counts right now. Why would you do this to us? So I was like, the whole time, like, I was telling Charlene, because she's usually always in front of me, like, we're going to go into overtime. We're going into overtime. That's it. And we didn't. I was like,
man, we took care of business, man.
But the other kids were acting crazy. Like, when we were in high school, we could act crazy or whatever, but it was kind of more, like, subtle.
Nah, these kids be turning up.
Like it was more like, oh, you need to be, I don't know.
You have some behavior.
Yeah, but it's a term for it.
Sportsmanship?
Something conduct.
Yeah.
Something conduct. But now that's all out the window. These kids was acting crazy.
Acting up. And I like it. I mean, I'm glad that the student body's involved.
Yeah.
So, it was a good win. We got the monkey off our back.
Okay.
Now we just got to go rack up a couple more.
Let's do it then.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And then today we'll do our Christmas-like thing.
Yeah, it's like our yearly tradition.
Yeah. I actually wasn't expecting you to do it today.
Me either, but I feel like we always do it after the cantata.
Not necessarily.
Most of the time.
Necessarily.
And then, because if we don't do it this Sunday.
When?
Next, I guess.
I mean, during the week, we're not working.
I'm working this week.
Well, next week.
Oh, I guess.
But
I don't know. I just kind of wanted to get it, I just feel like it's a good time. Why not?
Yeah.
You got something else going on?
No.
All right, though. So we're going to enjoy it.
Because I'm not editing this video yet. So.
Yeah, I'm going to chop this up real quick. We'll be good.
Yeah. So, yeah. So that's what we've been up to as far as we can remember. Mm-hmm. We did have some comments on social.
Let them know.
Well, we did have a comment. Somebody came up to me today and was like, I was listening to episode 49, which is Young, Black, and Christian in America. Mm-hmm. And she was like, I was trying to understand what y'all were saying, but I didn't get it. And basically, we didn't really have like a message to put out that episode. Okay. It was just a lot of fleshing out our thoughts out loud. So some people can relate to our thoughts just because they're also Black, young, and Christian in America. And then others probably just won't get it because maybe they haven't experienced
some of the same things
that we have experienced.
Yeah.
So, basically we were just saying racists make things hard.
Oh, okay.
And sometimes they're in church and they make church hard. Period. Like, that's... No?
I mean...
So we were just trying to flesh out...
Be frank.
Yeah, because it's not that episode anymore. So we were just trying to flesh out some of those things that made us think like that. And, we had some Instagram comments on the Hyman episode.
Okay.
It was... What was it called? Hyman's Virginity and Sex, oh my. Some of you guys just like the title. And other people just thought that it was a really, really good episode.
Okay. So
I don't know if it's just because we talked about sex a little bit and people just like talking about that. Or
it could be.
Or if it was just a good episode. But thank you guys for your comments and your feedback. Subscribe and rate us on iTunes and send us comments on the gram at Michel Matters. And of course, you can reach out to us on our personal. And if you want to support the podcast, check the links below for some deals that we're partnered with.
All right.
And we are moving on.
On to the Michel Matter.
So, 2020 is approaching us very quickly. And I didn't want to talk about resolutions or goals or whatever, But because we're going into like a whole new decade, I feel like we should look back at what this decade
reminisce.
Has brought us in all things, like things that we've learned, hated, loved in the media, because we're starting at 2009, I guess.
Yeah, I guess that would be the way to do it.
And we were in college, so we're in like a whole nother place now.
Yeah.
And there's a lot that has happened in a decade.
You know, I guess maybe it's the first decade where I feel like I'm like fully conscious of the whole decade.
Yeah.
It's just crazy,
No.
like that I feel like I can fully articulate what happened in 2009 to 2019.
Yeah.
It's
right.
crazy, and I don't know, because you know how like there's decades like the 70s was like, I guess what's that, like disco hippie era, and like the 80s, like to actually see a decade and remember like, oh, it was like this at one point and now it's like this, like to see an era change it's been crazy. Like just typing stuff up and thinking about, man, what happened in 2009. Yeah, it's been a little while. I'm not gonna front.
What would you categorize this decade as? Because you were saying like the 70s was hippie, the 80s was probably the rise of, no, I would say the 90s is probably the rise of hip hop.
Yeah, 90s rise.
I don't know what the 80s would be.
I don't know either.
And then like the new millennium was, boy bands and.
That's what, 2000 to 2010. Is that the new millennium? I feel
Yeah.
like that's the end of boy bands, though.
You think so?
Yeah.
Maybe. No, because that was like middle school and whatnot.
But that's not the rise of boy bands. I feel like that was the end of boy bands.
Maybe.
Anyway, I
Yeah.
just know that this era...
I don't know what to categorize this.
I just feel like it's so much.
A mosh posh of
I feel like
good
we've
things
seen
and crap at the
the
same
internet
time.
or social media take off.
Yeah.
I think social media took off during this time. And just everything that came with just the climate of today, like politically. Oh, yeah.
Okay. So where do you want us? You want us to do it by like the year or like
Nah, let's kind of
by
do
category?
Let's do categories.
Okay. So you already brought up social media.
Okay, you want to start there?
I guess. I don't know.
Let's start there.
Okay. So I feel like in 2009,
Facebook had a wall.
Facebook did have a wall.
Facebook
but
was popping 2009.
Was it?
Yes.
I feel like it was more so popping like 2007-ish.
No, that's when we first got it.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, you're right.
Facebook was hot.
You're right. So it was Facebook, Twitter, and Tumblr, in my opinion.
I didn't have Tumblr, so...
I didn't use it that much, but I used it enough to know.
Yeah. Like, at that time, Facebook was king, I would say, of social media.
Yeah, for sure.
It was mostly... And at that point, it was still mostly, like, college. It was college age for the most part. I don't think they started letting other people on until, like, a little bit later.
No, because I got on while I was in high school.
No, yes, because originally it was just college.
Yeah.
Then they started letting high school kids in.
Yeah. Then they just said,
later
everybody
on,
come on.
Everybody could get on. But it started off strictly college, and even during that time, it was mostly just college, like age kids were on it.
Yeah.
So,
You
yeah,
have
I
to
just
worry about your
remember-
aunties seeing everything
Nope,
you're doing
because I
in
was
college.
bugging on Twitter. I mean, on Instagram. Or Facebook. But that's the same. Twitter? Well, let's finish
Twitter
with
is
Facebook.
the worst. Okay.
Let's finish with Facebook.
Okay.
Because it's changed so much. Like, as being the popping social media. Where, at that point, I felt like it was just social media. Like, it was just us talking to our friends, posting pictures. And, like, you know, we promoted, like, parties and things like that. But now I feel like Facebook is almost business driven. Like,
Yeah.
you see a lot of ads.
Or to watch these, influencers or whatnot. Like,
I guess.
yeah, like I watch Red Table Talk on Facebook. That's really all I use it for, is Red Table Talk and then like business stuff.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
And even then, I don't even use it for business because it's just linked to other social media.
and a lot of Facebook, because for a while, Facebook's kind of been dying as far as social media.
Yeah.
Because originally people were like, oh no, I just still have my Facebook because I have a bunch of pictures on there. And
Back
birthdays.
then, it was for every, like
when my birthday came, I knew my
gosh.
Facebook was gonna be popping.
I didn't care about that. I cared about like the conversation, like people leaving statuses and the conversations under the status, or like people leaving. It wasn't a wall. It was like a journal or something. I forgot.
Like
or notes.
And
people would write like journals and notes, like putting their business out there.
It was good stuff.
Or like seeing like, okay, this person in school is dating this person or whatever in college.
Statuses. That's when the whole status thing became a whole big deal. Like, oh, what's your status? It's complicated. When they added it's complicated, Facebook was getting real when they added it's complicated.
Yeah.
That's just messy for no reason.
For no reason.
Like, why you gotta tell people it's complicated?
Was that in 2009? It's complicated?
That was
like earlier on?
Nah, later. That was a little bit later. Because it's complicated wasn't a thing yet.
Yeah.
But it was definitely like, is your relationship Facebook official? And your relationship is over when she take it off Facebook. Like, she put the I'm single because it shows your status change. Yeah.
You feel some type of way?
No. No, ma'am.
It's so crazy, too, because I feel like that was the beginning of just people living their lives on social media. Mm-hmm. So, of course, even before, I would say 2009, MySpace was dead already.
Yeah.
But even on MySpace, people didn't really share their business like that.
I mean, they just shared Facebook was
photos.
Super messy.
No, I'm saying MySpace. On MySpace, people didn't share their business. There was really no platform to share your business. It was mainly pictures and your top 8 and people leaving comments or something like that. I completely forgot MySpace. Y'all let me know. But and then Zanga was the same thing too.
It's not.
But on Facebook, like it was like, these are my thoughts. This is how I'm feeling today. And you could leave a status at any time.
Yeah.
You could break up with somebody at any time. They don't even know. You could block somebody. You could delete your friend.
Yeah.
And they know. At that point, they knew if you deleted them.
It was messy. Like it got super messy. And then I feel like, and then just the statuses, right? One, because at the time in its infancy, like I don't think there was a limit on how long your status could be. But people didn't make long statuses either. No. But it was typically, you got one status per day. Like, that's how most people posted. You had one status per day. And if you were posting too many statuses, like, all right, this person's annoying. Right? And that's where I was introduced to Twitter. And Twitter was where you could get multiple thoughts out. Yeah. Like, at a time. And that's where I think I fell in love. I think... Because, yeah, man, Twitter is still, to this day, my favorite social media.
Twitter, I'm done with. I don't think Twitter is going to make it that much longer. Personally.
I don't know.
We could also say, like, what we think about 2020, too.
We'll get to that point.
2020 to 2030.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think Twitter going to make it to 2030.
I think it will, only because...
Not the way that it is now.
I think people need that platform to kind of get their thoughts out. And you can't do that on Instagram the way I think you can on Twitter.
I think Twitter in the new decade will be how Facebook is now. People will use it, but it won't be as relevant. Like, I think something else is coming. Or they'll team up with someone.
I just don't see.
You would like to see it?
Yeah, because it has a mixture of all the things like that are, you can post pictures. Yeah. You can write. You can post videos. Yeah. Link articles. These are the things that people do a lot of, I feel like. I
don't know.
But I don't know.
People don't like words no more.
I think
people
they
like
do,
pictures and videos.
I think they do, because one, hashtag culture is still big. And that was one thing that blew up during this. Well, yeah. I think that blew up during this decade.
On Twitter.
Yes. And hashtag culture has evolved. Originally, when we first got on Twitter, hashtags were just funny things. It used to be like Yo Mama jokes. Like, that was a hashtag Yo Mama. And it was just...
It was a hashtag for everything.
People posting just a bunch of jokes. And it used to be fun. Twitter used to be really fun. Like, I just remember being in class just going off, like, on hashtags. I'm like, oh, snap, I got this joke. Like, just killing people, right? And
there should be a vote where you don't have to scroll all the way back to 2010 to see your old tweets.
I mean,
because
I've looked back at some stuff that I've written, just because I won't tell you what I do, but you could see stuff, right? So then,
what?
Like, I go back sometimes and look up certain things that I've written, and I look back like, not just me, but people talked reckless.
People talk
on
reckless
Twitter
now.
No. The people you talk reckless now, people gonna come get you. You say certain words, people gonna come get you. Back then, I said some things, and I'll be honest, I went back and cleaned up some stuff. You never know if you might make it. You know what I mean? Don't want nobody bringing up
I
no
just
overseas
deleted it all together.
Yo, I was reckless. Like,
I wasn't reckless. But
I've done it at work. Because what we do sometimes, like, I'll be at work and I'll type my Twitter name in. You can type your current Twitter name and just type a word, just a random word. And it'll pop up old tweets that you have. And I look
What's
back,
a word you typed in?
That I can repeat. Let's see. Like homo, right? That doesn't sound crazy. But when you say certain things like, if there was a time where saying words like homo or
no homo.
Or no homo. No homo still is clean, but like
people don't say that.
Or just like calling things gay that aren't necessarily gay, or calling people gay that aren't necessarily gay.
Necessarily?
Yeah, necessarily.
What does that mean?
Like, not necessarily like a gay moment or whatever. So just going back and looking at some things, I was like, I'm gonna delete that.
Yeah.
Like, you know what
somebody already screenshot it, so.
Nah, I'm good. I'm good in these shit. Oh, yeah, that's why you gotta do it now. And that's the change in social media, is like, you could get that stuff off a while ago. Now, people going back and they pulling up receipts on people. Yeah. And woke culture is, I think, one of the big things of this decade.
I think woke culture is not gonna make it in the next decade.
It won't. I don't think so either.
I think it's done. I think it's tired.
Done?
I think it's tired. I give it another year or two.
I just feel like one of the big things that happened was the internet specifically, has become super PC. Like, everybody has to say the right things at the right times and do the right things all the time. Yeah. And it kind of made the internet not fun anymore. Or certain parts of the internet not fun. No.
You sound crazy.
What you mean? Why does that sound crazy?
No, go ahead.
You can't get certain jokes off. Like, people just too sensitive. Like, bro, let me get these jokes off. Like, that's why I came to the internet, to get jokes off. Okay. But there has been some positive things. Like, I'm not going to say it's all been negative. I think the hashtag Black Lives Matter, granted, most of the work is like on the internet, but I feel like it did bring awareness to a lot of things. Yeah. It did make people more aware. Me Too movement. Like, a lot of these are hashtags that started on the internet and then I feel like grew from there, and real things happen. Like, I mean, it's this usually used to bring awareness to things, but I do at the same time feel like it just made us all soft.
Okay. I feel like, I mean, social media is like another world almost. It's like its own planet to me. So I thought it was, because today we were talking about the census, or I brought it up. I don't know why this morning.
You said they were hiring.
No, that was later on. I was saying, I was asking you
about the population.
Yeah, I was like, are we still
12%?
Like 12%? Did I say 12 or 17?
You said 13.
13.
And then I said 12.
Yeah, and then I saw that it went down or something. But then you were like, oh no, it's every 10 years. So I'm interested to see that. But that made me think of like, it's clear to me like how the culture is moving, and who is moving it, especially when you're looking at Twitter.
Talk to me.
Like just the fact that there is like a Black Twitter is like, okay, within this space, this social media space, there's still like different pockets of stuff. Yeah. You know?
Black Twitter is Twitter to me. I mean,
at this
point, like we move and shake Twitter.
Yeah.
And we kind of keep the platform alive to a certain degree. Not population wise, but I think relevance. Yeah. I don't think
there was Vine before that.
I don't know if that was before. I think
before Twitter.
Yeah,
it was around the same time.
Around the same time.
Same decade.
But yeah, and that was another one. Like
yeah, but that didn't last too long.
It didn't. But they just took their power to Instagram.
Yeah,
and
I think Instagram is definitely gonna make it in the next decade.
Yeah, I do.
Like, still be a force. I don't know if like 2040 it'll still be a thing, but to 2030, Instagram will still be a thing, and that's where like the rise of filters, or I guess Snapchat was the main one with the filters.
Yeah.
Where like you don't know who anybody looks like anymore. And then like the rise of influencers selling teas and like going viral became a thing. YouTube
Vine came and went. You think
YouTube
is going down?
No. I think YouTube has just become even more powerful.
Yeah, I feel like...
Because in 2009, it was still kind of early.
I want to say...
That's when things were, like, getting viral.
If I'm going to look forward, I think in the next decade, there will be a competitor to YouTube. A real competitor to YouTube.
Doubt it.
I feel like...
Google owns YouTube.
I know, but I feel like...
Google don't compete with nobody.
Listen, I'm saying...
Period.
YouTube, the way they're getting, like... I don't know if you noticed... They're way more stringent on their, like, posting of videos and the content. Like, I think creators are going to get... I don't want to say tired of YouTube, but I feel like they're going to come to go at it with YouTube. And I think another competitor is going to come through.
We'll see.
Yeah, man.
We'll see, but...
Because they got the video content game locked down right
YouTube?
now. Yeah, for
sure. For everything. There's like people make money off of YouTube.
Yeah.
Like that's their career. And especially if they got on the wave like right before the start of this decade, they're still relevant. Like those are the people that you see as influencers on YouTube now, or
the fact that that's even a thing.
That's like a career.
Influencer?
Yeah.
I've never met somebody on the internet who influenced me to do anything.
Well, no. But yes.
No, what?
Like, the lipstick that I bought.
An influencer got you to buy it?
Yeah, because she was showing her day in the life, and she wore that lipstick and was talking about how it's an organic brand.
Sheep.
And I was like, let me try it.
Sheep.
And it's great. And you just complimented my lipstick before we started recording.
I'm sorry. There's nothing I've seen from
But it's not like I used, like, one of her codes to get a discount. But it was just like, oh, like, you learn what other people are doing that you may not be, and it could work for you.
I hate to see it.
Why?
I just
you don't see any like
no,
even
okay,
like the podcast you listen to.
Okay, no. Well, let me take it back. I don't hate to see it. That's a phrase that became popular in this decade. But it's
on
just
Twitter.
But I'm not gonna knock people who've learned how to monetize themselves.
Yeah,
I think that's great. It's just influence, like that's crazy. I didn't see this coming.
I mean, I don't consider them influencers, but yeah, in a sense, they are influencing.
Because I would say, I mean, in a way, Kim Kardashian kind of started that whole thing. She is the ultimate
influencer.
I can't even say the word. I can't even say it.
What?
But yes, she's the ultimate influencer. I mean, if we're gonna keep it a buck.
Yes, but I think that she kind of started that even before this decade.
The influencer part?
Because she was on the whole, like, sex tape trend.
Yeah, but
that was
different.
a trend.
I'm saying, like, as far as, like...
But that was in the decade
turning yourself
this.
into just a brand. Like, she doesn't do anything else.
Yeah.
She simply...
She just lives her life.
Lives her life and turned it into a brand. Living her life.
Do you think there will ever not be social media?
It'd be hard at this point to go back. I think, but there are certain things... the internet
will always live on.
Yeah, because there are certain things that I feel like people will get... Like, I know you say you think Instagram is here for a while, but I think with the removing of likes...
that don't matter.
I think
they're going to find something else.
Because
if it's not going to be likes, it's going to be something else.
As an influencer, how do you become an influencer now if you don't have likes? Like...
You're following.
Just the following? Because a lot of influencers make their money on things buying, like...
Well, yeah, you could buy followers.
Well, yeah, but it's like, how much do people, like your pictures or...
comments.
I mean, comments aren't going away.
So, people gonna comment.
Yeah, but not everyone comments. Likes, I'm assuming wasn't one of the things that they use to, like, look how popular I am. I get this many likes on photos and this and that. So I think that's going to be a real issue with Instagram. And
for the influencers, not for everybody else.
But that's the people that once they leave Instagram, it'll be an issue if they find something else.
Okay.
You know, just get my little, Jockstradamus on. I think that might be a thing.
We can't even talk about social media without talking about the technology behind it. So, like, Apple products. Within this decade, don't do that. Because within this decade, Apple has been...
inferior.
Crazy.
Inferior.
When was the first... What?
Inferior.
Okay. When did the iPod come out?
iPod?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because that was the first product, right?
It was like 2003, 2004, I think.
Yeah. Because we were still in high school.
Yeah, I was... Yeah.
But when the iPhone came out, that had to be in... We were in college?
Yeah.
We had to be in college when the iPhone came out. Because I had a BlackBerry.
The iPhone was... Yeah, that was definitely, I think, college.
Yeah.
But...
That changed the game.
Nah, you bugging.
No, that changed the game.
Bugging. You know what changed the game?
You could use your phone, like I used my BlackBerry to get on the internet, but it wasn't like there's an app for that. Like,
no, but you're bugging. You don't remember, I would say, to me, what really kicked it off?
To you.
Was the iPod Touch.
Which is an Apple product.
It was, but I'm saying, you talking about the Apple, you're saying the iPhone. I think the iPod Touch is what turned it up a notch. And then the iPhone took it to another level after.
Yeah. Are there still iPods right now?
Yeah, they still. Only reason why I know.
I don't think that's gonna make it.
No, it is. The only reason why I know is because last year, I had one of my players. I thought he had an iPhone, and everyone was like, "No, coach, has an iPod Touch. He has a calling app."
His parents got him on lock. Huh? His parents don't play.
I'm not gonna comment on the parenting skills.
Listen,
but I'm just saying,
good for them.
But they still make iPod Touches.
Okay, I don't think that's gonna last in the next decade.
No, I think that's the last one. They're not making any more.
But
there's no point.
But the iPhone, undefeated, every time.
I beg to differ.
Every time, and MacBooks, and
what?
the Macs.
The Service Book is better than the MacBook.
Okay. Well, the Apple products, basically, or the iPhone. I'm gonna stick to the iPhone. The iPhone has started a trend for all these other phones. Okay, is what I want to say. No, that's pretty much.
But what I will give you, because
everybody comment right now.
But listen, I have a point about iPhones and Apple, but to you, what you said that iPhones started a trend for all phones.
Yes.
iPhones are always behind in technology when it comes to phones. Y'all always behind in technology. What I will give you...
First of all, I'm not Steve Jobs. So don't say y'all.
No, because this iPhone thing is like a gang. They're a clique. You see what you said? Everyone with an iPhone comment. Because y'all gang, like...
No, I said everyone comment. Yes, people with a Samsung gonna comment like, you are crazy.
All y'all are one big gang. And
FaceTime.
Though here's the thing. This is what I'm gonna give y'all. iPhone has created a brand that's so strong, it's brainwashed y'all to think that y'all technology is superior.
Well, that's what good branding is.
Okay, I give you that. They have great branding, but don't tell me the technology is so amazing. Y'all have FaceTime. Aside from that, ain't nothing else really popping like that.
Okay, so tell me what your phone bring to the table.
I'm not saying my current phone. I'm saying
let's get iPod. I'm saying let's get iPhones at the end of the year.
Android technology is ahead of iPhone technology.
This is the guy who wanted his and hers iPhones.
When? Time out.
We're gonna move on. Move on.
Cool. I'm gonna use this is something we learned in our devotion last week.
And shout out to the person who asked the question about how we do devotion time. It was a couple episodes ago. But yeah, we've been on it now, so.
Yeah, we have.
We have like a schedule.
I'm going to agree to disagree and ask that we please move on. And we don't have to talk about this no more.
Okay. He using therapy language. All right.
I feel centered.
So what else?
What a sage.
We talked about YouTube. And then YouTube offered well, now there's like a YouTube TV, which I don't feel like people use.
People use.
I don't use it.
Yeah.
But
the cut the cord culture is big. A lot of people are getting rid of internet. Mm-hmm.
You know, the rise of streaming services. So Netflix, I think, when did that become a thing? When did you start using Netflix?
I started using Netflix in college, back when it was just, you had to have the CD to use it.
Netflix?
Yeah.
I don't know nothing about that. You're ancient.
You had to have the CD.
You're talking about AOL right now.
You used to have the CD, and I had to use it with my PlayStation. And you play it in your PlayStation. No. I promise. And you play it in your PlayStation. Did I ever watch
anything with you?
Yeah, that's how we used to get down. And then that's back when we used to do, like, if you wanted to watch something, they send you the DVD.
You talking about Redbox, bro.
No, man. This was Netflix.
Nah.
Netflix originally was more like rental. Like, they send you something, you send it back. You could watch things on there. But Netflix had a lot of, like, they send you stuff, you send it back. And
that's
then
Redbox.
Oh my gosh.
But I'm saying that's literally just like Redbox.
Redbox, you had to go to the box.
Yeah.
Netflix, they used to mail you stuff.
Okay.
And then when you're done, you mail it back.
Okay.
Like, I don't know how you don't remember
I don't remember that. I never did that. And then
it moved to like an app, more of an app. And
I just remember
because Netflix had both. Netflix had the app and it had the rental.
I just remember we started using my Netflix account in college.
Why did we start
Was it college?
Yes, but why did we start using your Netflix account?
I don't get it.
Well,
this is a trick question?
It became we use your Netflix account because you, for some reason, were watching something and was like, oh, your account or your subscription hasn't been paid. So I ended up paying for your Netflix.
So you're going to put my broke college days out there.
And I haven't stopped paying for it.
First of all, we have a joint account. So
now, but it was a joint account the day I started paying for it.
Anyway, Hulu.
Uh-huh.
What else?
Hulu, Disney+.
Because we have all of them. So what else?
All of them. Because there's Amazon Prime.
Okay.
What else? I mean, there's a lot of
We've
stuff.
had Amazon Prime.
And then there's the
trials.
Yeah, but
it's just not worth it for us.
You always got it. But now all the individual channels have their own streaming.
Yeah, that's what's crazy. But you can also like kind of make your own cable package. Because then you have like smart TV.
At this point, it's going to be the same price as cable. You keep doing this.
Yeah. But if you know you only watch OWN, Lifetime, HGTV, and ESPN, that's all you got to pay for.
Yeah, that's true.
But for me, I watch everything, so
I couldn't do it.
It couldn't. It wouldn't.
But like people now, they have Sling TV,
or you can just sign in on one of your parents' cable or something.
Someone who's still stupid enough to pay for it, right? Like us. No, I feel like because there's people are doing the Sling TV, Hulu.
Yeah. Sling TV. I said smart TV.
Yeah, Sling, Hulu.
There's Fire Stick as well.
But that's dying. Because,
you think so?
Well, the illegal Fire Stick life is dying. As someone who may or may not have like really been
careful.
I'm just saying, may or may not. This is all podcast.
Allegedly.
Like saying I ain't under oath.
Allegedly.
Been a Fire Stick download king.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you now, people, the way they crack down is too hard. People aren't updating the way they used to.
Yeah.
I don't think that life is keeping up because I feel like
it's not easy to use. It's not user friendly.
Yes, and it's not dependable enough. People would rather just spend lesser money and like pay for the streaming services.
Yeah. That's another thing about Smart House. You could talk to your TV.
I guess
do all the time, like Greenleaf.
Yeah, but Pat be Alexa,
Siri, Bixby. All them people, you talk to your smartphones and all that stuff. So
Pat better than all of them.
I don't know. I think something, but that could be a little theory of mine.
Pat had the alarm clock on the wall where dude was like,
because Pat went crazy.
The basketball shot. No, that's Jit fault.
I think it's gonna go crazy. Like this whole social media thing. Or not social media, but like technology, like the Alexa and all that.
Just think about your phone, right? I don't like that my phone is listening to me all the time.
They record us, for sure.
My phone is listening to me all the time. I see it. You talk about something, you open your phone, you watch a YouTube video, and there's an ad for what you were just talking about.
Yeah.
That's
well,
crazy.
it started off as like, your cookies or whatever.
Yeah.
So they'll see, oh, you went on Fashion Nova. So now all of a sudden,
you're a simp.
I've never purchased from Fashion Nova, so I don't know who that was targeted for. Sorry for whoever's listening, but and then all of a sudden you're on YouTube or whoever, and on the side there's an ad for Fashion Nova. It's like, I just purchased there. Why would I do it again?
Or even if you Google search something.
Yeah.
Those used to be the ones.
Yeah. Yeah. Because then it'll pop up on it. It's always Facebook. For me, it's always Facebook. I'll be on the phone having a conversation with somebody about
whatever.
Groceries or whatever. Like, yeah, I just left Trader Joe's. I got such and such and such. I'm on Facebook, and then all of a sudden it's like, why get groceries? Get HelloFresh or whatever. And I'm like, yo, why are you all up in my conversation?
Hey man, is the internet is always listening, and it's because our technology has advanced so much, and we want our phones and stuff
and you
to
really
do so
can't
much
do
for us.
Nothing about it. You can't.
Nah,
you could change whatever settings you want, but then once you update to the next iOS or whatever, everything else is, you got to do it all over again, and who has time? So,
because at this point, I'm like, do you accept? I'm like, yeah, because I already accepted all the ones before.
It's like when you check out at the store. It's like, is this price correct? Yeah, because that's what y'all told me the price was.
Sometimes you gotta check.
No,
especially Walmart. But
like, why are you asking me if this price is correct? You know the price is correct.
But like, you think about it. In 2009, when I had my phone, I could be in class and like, there was maybe you could get on the internet, but you couldn't like use the internet like the way everybody didn't have like a mobile site. Now there are sites strictly made for phones and things strictly made for phones. Like, technology has gone so far with our phones.
I think
ain't no turning back.
Yeah, it's kind of like how everybody has a website now for something. Do you feel like everybody's gonna have an app? Because that's kind of what we're moving towards. Like, I know like churches have apps, schools, so like they can easily reach parents and whatnot.
I feel like because there are, in the beginning of the decade, there was only like a few people who even knew how to do that.
Yeah,
now,
it was
high school kids can make an app.
It was only businesses that had websites.
Yeah.
And now people have websites.
Yeah.
So like, why not people have apps?
That's probably it. Because back in the day, like, I would go on the internet and there were a certain websites like I would have to go to every time I got on the internet.
I just thought Kim Kardashian has an app. So yeah, people are going to have apps.
Like, I used to log in every day. I would go to WorldStar. I used to go to... Oh
my gosh. Blog culture.
Yeah, Hip Hop DX. Big. I used to go to ESPN, Real G. Like, I used to have my list of websites. Now, I mean, because of like Twitter and stuff, I don't have to do all of that. Yeah. I go into my one social media and then... Everything. When I go on the internet, I'm Googling something. Or even like... Yeah. Like, you can do that through the Google app. Like, you don't even have to go onto Chrome or Internet Explorer, which is dead. It's crazy. Yeah. I never thought that would be gone. But
was it dead in 2009?
No. That's still around.
I don't think I used internet. I never liked Internet Explorer.
Yes, but it was still like the main thing. Now when you get a new Microsoft computer,
it's Chrome.
It's Edge. Edge is what comes with the computer. People always download Chrome and Firefox after, just because we love Google.
It's Safari on Apple products. But
you hate to see it.
You love to see
Chrome
it.
Chrome is still a way better.
Chrome is great. I do like Chrome. Like when I work for companies and whatnot. Google will be here for a very long time. Just like Windows. Where's Windows gonna go?
That's why
it's just gonna be here.
Anyway.
Okay. We're not doing this today.
All right. So we talked about the video streaming services. Now music streaming services. Ooh. Because at the beginning of the decade,
I was a Pandora girl.
Yeah, but like even then, the majority of music was, to me, I downloaded it illegally somewhere. Allegedly, illegally somewhere. Oh. Because that culture is gone. Like illegally downloading movies.
For what?
and music.
What does that mean?
That was the life.
Do people still? Well, that's not true because I think people still bootleg movies.
Maybe movies, yeah.
I think at the Walgreens on 7th Ave.
Always at the Walgreens, baby.
On 7th Ave.
You
know exactly what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
I think it was on 119th.
CDs
it was
DVDs,
somebody outside like, passing out DVDs. I'm like, still?
Yeah, man. I don't know where they're watching it. Unless you
on their PlayStation.
Yeah, unless you have a video game. How are you watching DVDs? Who still got DVD players?
People still have tape player. What is it called? VCRs.
VCRs?
People still have that.
You bugging now. Okay, boomer. Like, I don't know. Who still has
People still have VCRs.
Boomers.
Trust me.
That's a fact.
Yeah, boomers, or they pass it down to their kids and they're just nostalgic. Because they all have... Because a lot of the people... Actually, I was talking to somebody last week and was telling them about the Disney Plus or whatever. I was asking if, like, they got their daughter, because I think her daughter's, like, 3 or something now, like, into a lot of the Disney stuff on Disney Plus. And she was like, well, I kept all my tapes for that reason. And I was like, girl, you don't need your tapes no more.
And a bunch of people did that. They kept the tapes
because they didn't know.
Kids, and they were waiting, like, that was the big thing.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, is Disney going to release it at the vault and put it on DVD?
Right.
It's like, really though?
No, they made all their money off of that already. And some people are still buying these DVDs and stuff just for whatever, because they're hoarders. But yeah, what else? Yes, so music, Pandora at the time for me.
Yes, I was in a legal download, and allegedly. I used to play everything on my phone. No, not allegedly. I was legally downloaded everything
on my phone,
and I was playing off my phone.
iPods. When did Spotify become a thing?
Spotify? I was like, I want to say like 2011, 2012.
Really? That early?
Yeah. Because I used to have it at work. I remember I used to have it at work. And I got it, well.
Yeah, I did have it at work.
Yeah. I want to say 2012, 2013. That's when, because Pandora was definitely first.
Because I was still using Pandora.
Pandora was definitely
first. In 2010.
Pandora was definitely first.
I don't even know when I still haven't gotten into the Apple Music thing.
That's my vibe.
And you don't even like Apple.
I don't, I'm
a Spotify girl right now. Like,
because I don't pay for it, and I got the premium. I'm loving it.
Yeah, that's but life. I'm just Spotify. Like, if I want to listen to an album all the way through, then yeah, I'll log on to the Apple. But if I just want to listen to my good playlist that I have curated, it has to be Spotify.
If I'm with somebody and they playing music and I hear a commercial, I'm taking the aux plug, or I'm gonna disconnect you from the Bluetooth.
Aux plug?
Yeah, that's
what
crazy,
is that?
Right? I'm disconnecting you from the Bluetooth.
Yeah.
Ain't no commercials. That's poverty.
I really don't know. Pandora was around for a while.
Yeah.
I don't know when Spotify, and then like, you know, you had your titles and Apple Music, and then I guess SoundCloud.
SoundCloud for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Google Play.
Yeah. Google Play. Don't nobody use that.
It's one of the things. Chill out. Or Google.
Nobody uses that.
Google Music. It's not Google Play.
Nobody uses
Google
that.
Play is the Play Store.
Nobody uses that. But
I ain't gonna front. Nobody used that.
What about music in general? Like in 2009.
In 2009, what was I listening to?
I listened to T-Pain.
2009.
T-Pain was my thing.
2009 is the last to me of good Lil Wayne.
That was like the rise, I feel like, of like that whole Young Money thing.
Young Money, yeah.
Like Lil Wayne, Drake,
because that's when
Nicki Minaj.
So Far Gone came out.
That was like
that's
a
prime.
Thing.
Yeah.
Like
not prime, but
that was always a hit.
Yeah, for sure.
That was
But 2009, Wayne dropped No
Ceilings.
How
things have changed.
And No Ceilings was pop. Like this was prime college time for me. No Ceilings was that.
Yeah.
Pop.
Whenever I hear that, I'm like, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm in Tampa.
And that's when I first was like, this is the rise of Wale, Big Sean, J. Cole. They all started coming out around this time.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I remember you and the Big Sean thing.
Big Sean fan at the
time.
I
was a big Lady Gaga fan at the time. And Rihanna. Rihanna allowed... we were having this conversation with one of our listeners But
our friend, I'm not calling him Melissa.
Yeah, one of our friends.
It was during the Friendsgiving. She knows how I really
But
feel.
she always listens. She always supports. So shout out to you. But we were talking about like which Rihanna album was best. I really was not a big Rihanna fan, honestly. I like what she's doing now. I love her businesses and stuff and things that she's doing. But her music, I was never like, But Loud was a great album.
I guess. I mean,
great.
I wasn't really listening.
It has gotten me through a time.
What?
A time.
Anyway.
Because that was like right when I was about to move to New York and, you know, you was acting up. So that was that time.
Oh, Jesus.
But yeah. So it's just crazy how music now, what do we listen to? I
mean, now?
I just listen to everything.
Yeah, I'm a good mixture. But I want to say the decade, when I think musically, it belonged to Drake.
Oh, for sure. What about next decade? You think he gonna still have his run?
I don't know if he gonna own it the way he owned this decade, but yeah, he's still hot. He's still gonna be killing.
Yeah, and it's crazy how like because Nicki Minaj was big at that time, and now it's like,
it got cold. It got cold over there. But
over there,
yeah, it got cold over there.
Yeah.
Cause now she has competition. It wasn't 2009, how many other female rappers are here popping like that?
Yeah, that's
true.
Now,
I mean, you got options.
And she was a little different, too. Because, she looked like Lil' Kim, I guess, in style.
Yeah.
But Lil' Kim didn't rap like that.
Yeah, she was
very, girly, girly rapper. Lil' Kim was, rough, you know? So it was just very different. Yeah, everybody was dressing like Nicki Minaj. She owned it. I'm not going to lie.
Yo,
she owned the decade.
Did. Nicki?
Earlier on in the decade,
yeah, I give
she
her
owned
first
it.
half.
She owned. People were dressing up like her for Halloween or just in general.
Barbies became a thing.
Yes.
Again, because of her.
Yep.
The term and people calling themselves Barbie.
Yep.
Black girls calling themselves Barbie because that used to be more reserved for people who look like Barbies.
Okay.
You want to talk about that? They make Barbies in all colors now.
All colors. All colors and occupations. And I want to say they're starting to make them in different sizes, too.
This decade wasn't all bad.
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't all bad.
It wasn't. What else? I mean, Kanye, you have here. Kanye in 2009, 2010? I'm going to say 2010 because I like that album.
My Dark Twisted Fantasy?
Yes.
I can't lie. That's low-key my favorite Kanye album.
And I want to say 2011 was Watch the Throne.
Yes.
So that was just, that was a time.
But either way, this decade.
Yeah, maybe. But I just remember listening to it on the train.
That was 2011.
Yeah.
That was definitely 2011.
I remember because that's all I listened to.
I remember, yeah. That was 2011. I remember. That was, in Paris, that thing was bumping.
Yeah. What a time.
It was a good time. And
look at where we are now.
Jesus.
You hate to see it.
I do.
And
I was a big Kanye stan, but the decline has been real. Boy, it's been a long decade.
2010, 2011 had some good music.
For sure.
Because around that time, we're going to talk about Beyonce. Beyonce came out with, I don't even remember what the album was called, but the We Like to Party was on that. Okay. That was a track. What?
I don't care.
Just her evolution has been...
the 2010s?
Yes, in this decade has been amazing. Because 03 Beyonce, I was like, we'll see. I don't know about you yet.
Nah, she was hot.
She was hot, but she wasn't Beyonce.
Yeah, she wasn't like this. I didn't see that. In 2003,
I could have never imagined this. Yeah. And Lemonade.
There was a point where her and Ashanti were battling.
Ashanti couldn't stand a chance.
But no, at the time, it was legit.
What
Ashanti
time?
had bops.
2004?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
There was a time.
Yeah.
But now, a decade later, it ain't.
Yeah. Will Beyonce be Beyonce in the next decade? Or will there be someone else?
I mean, you have a hunch on who you think it might be, but...
I think she'll get there in the later part of the decade.
Go ahead, say your word. Say who it is.
No, I won't.
I won't. You pot.
No,
say it. I was gonna say another word that they don't let us say no more, but
no, I won't. Because it's one of those like...
Because you feel disrespectful saying it?
I won't say disrespectful,
because
but Beyonce has earned her place.
Beyonce has gotten to that point where, like, people just
Is she a legend?
For sure. That's not...
She's earned her place, so I'm not going to say that.
Yeah, like, that's the boogeyman. Like, yes, she got Carrie Hilson out of here, but...
Oh, my gosh. That's not why I didn't say it.
No. I know. But I'm saying, like, people almost feel like it's blasphemy to say somebody's going to be better than Beyonce.
No. Because I'll openly say Beyonce don't know how to act. And y'all could come for me for that.
But we all... I think most people will agree. She's not the best actress.
She's not a good actress. Like, you don't have to say she's not the best. What?
Not good.
So yeah, yeah, I will. That's why she hasn't done it in a while.
She just did it.
With what?
Lion King.
How was the Lion King?
Terrible.
Okay.
Terrible. I wish I had 2 more hands. Get that 4 thumbs down.
Okay. So yeah, I don't know if Beyonce, because at some point it's like, do we want to see Beyonce do what Beyonce does at 40?
No.
I feel like at that point you're a little more refined.
I want to see how she transitions to the next stage of her career.
Because some people didn't think Jay-Z could do it.
A 50-year-old rapper. Like, you watch him transition. Crazy. It do. But he's a billionaire now. Like, you see the business mind. Like,
it's crazy.
It's
sickening,
let's
actually.
Let's see if Beyonce got it.
Yeah. Speaking of legends passed in this decade.
That's a lot, though.
It's a lot, but like the 2 main ones, obviously. Well, there's 3, I guess. Michael Jackson, Whitney, Prince.
Oh, yeah. I mean...
Well, for me, there's 2. Michael Jackson and Whitney, but Prince is a legend as well. I just didn't grow up on his stuff.
I think, though, probably one of the most influential deaths, though, was Nipsey Hussle. I think it's underrated. Yeah. Like, to me, he was one of the bigger deaths I've seen on the internet. In the rise of social media, because, like, Michael Jackson died, it was early Twitter.
Yeah, it was early.
Like...
Facebook still.
Yeah, like, there's a lot of Facebook, but in current, I think...
And we were in college.
Yeah. I remember where I was.
Me too. I was at a bagel shop.
I was walking out of the business 1100 auditorium.
I was at a bagel shop on Bruce B. Downs?
Maybe.
I think it was Bruce B. Downs. It's across from the Walmart.
Oh, I know exactly.
But anyway, Tampa. And then Whitney, I really don't know where I was, but that was shocking.
But I don't feel like it, like... I mean, she died, but it ain't, like, shiver earth for me.
So, to you.
To you.
To you. What else? We talked music. What about TV? TV. How has TV changed?
I mean, just the way we watch TV. I remember when I used to know whatever show I liked, I knew what day it came on, what channel it came on.
That's true. On demand was not a thing.
No.
At least not in my house.
If I missed something, I missed it.
You missed it.
You'd have to like try to find out when the next time it came on. But that was it. Now, I don't know. Half the TV shows I watch, I don't know what day they come on.
Besides The Masked Singer, because I love that show. But I never watch it when it's on. We always watch it on demand.
There's very few... I don't think there's any... No, I take it back. They're just very few. Because like Game of Thrones, I used to watch it when it came on. Walking Dead, I watch it when it comes on. Power,
when did you start watching Game of Thrones? Because it came out pretty early on in the decade.
I caught up like 5 or 6 seasons deep.
You were one of the first to watch like The Office. That was like earlier in the decade.
No, it wasn't.
Wasn't it?
I was in high school.
Oh yeah, because our teacher was talking about it too.
Yeah, I was in early high school.
I was into Glee at the time. Glee was good. Desperate Housewives was still early in the decade. It was like at the end. Just shows that we would watch. I would make you watch Desperate Housewives. Don't do that.
Yeah, but I didn't like it.
But you still watched. And then Blackish.
Those are the modern shows now that we watch.
Yeah, but Blackish started like in the middle of the decade.
Middle? No, wait.
Probably, yeah.
Blackish is like 3 years old, bro.
You want to Google?
Are you serious?
Google I'm dead serious.
You think Blackish started in 2015?
Probably around that time.
Let's see. All right, keep talking. I'm on
yes.
Google.
So Blackish, I feel like
2014.
See?
Wow.
I feel like around that time you saw the rise of like a lot of black shows because Shondaland, that was like, she had her own day.
Yeah.
Like, of just How to Get Away with Murder, Scandal. Scandal was big for me. Grey's Anatomy was always around, I think, even in high school.
Yeah.
I was not really into that, but
I feel like, yeah, the rise of people of color, black people specifically, on TV, because a lot of black actors and actresses that were big, they didn't do TV. They did like movies and things like that. Mm-hmm. I want to say, around that time, the when Kerry Washington started doing TV, Taraji doing Empire, like, no, people don't front. Don't front.
I only watched one episode of Empire. It doesn't matter.
The show had its period.
That's fine.
It was big, and I think Taraji, and like, she played a big role in it being big. For sure,
you're right.
She killed her role. It was hot, and then that was because Empire and Power came out like the same year.
Yeah,
and you see the difference. Like, granted, Power has really fallen off, but it's still going.
It started the same year.
Yeah, or a year after. Like, because I remember they used to promote the two against each other.
Crazy what a budget would do. But what? I just wasn't into Empire.
It's good writing. Power had better writing.
Atlanta. I don't remember what year that came out. Insecure.
Yeah, I mean,
this decade was pretty good. I'm not gonna lie.
We definitely have stepped it up. I think black people as a whole, we've definitely stepped it up.
Handmaid's Tale. Love that. Orange is the New Black was really big.
Yeah,
that was this decade.
The Netflix shows, like Netflix exclusive shows, because we watch a bunch of those. Atypical,
Big Mouth.
You watch that? I don't know.
You watch it.
I watch it when it's.
You listen and be like, "What did they just say?"
Yeah, I watch it when I see you have it on. But.
Greenleaf, Tyler Perry's Evolution.
Okay, let's talk about that. I was a big Tyler Perry hater.
You were?
Most of his career. I give it to him. He's doing it now.
Yeah,
he's doing it. Much respect. He built the whole new complex. He leveled up. So I respect it. I'm not even gonna be mad at dude. I respect it.
Yeah. Even like moving away from like TV back to like what we listen to, podcasts. Podcasts is crazy. It changes. I think that started this decade.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Like 2009.
What's the first podcast you remember listening to?
The Read.
Yeah. When I
because that was in college.
Yeah.
What? No, that was when I was in New York. Sorry. Yeah. That was 2010.
When I first started listening to podcasts, I remember like looking up what are the best podcasts. The Read was definitely at the time the number one podcast.
Was it 2010?
No, it was way later than that.
2011?
It's later.
It was something. It was, but I feel like I remember hearing about it.
Mm-hmm. I used to listen to the first podcast I remember listening to was the Combat Jack Show. Rest in peace, Combat Jack. He was like a pioneer in the podcast game. I used to listen to that. Joe Budden podcast. Like, there were a couple. But
that was around in the beginning of podcasts?
Yeah. Oh. It was one of the early ones that I would listen to.
Right.
Because besides that, I listened to a bunch of sports. Jalen and Jacoby podcast. That was my podcast.
Yeah, I listen to it every morning. Thanks.
Hey, man. Hopefully, y'all listening to Michel Matters Podcast.
Yeah.
Let's take that into 2020.
What else? Memes.
Yeah.
And GIFs. Just like viral moments that now turn into how we communicate. It's crazy.
Even though we text.
Like, I'll literally just send an emoji. Like, as a response to
something. I'll literally just send a GIF. And it's like, you gotta understand. You gotta keep up.
Yeah. Like, you'll text me, like, I love you. And I could just send, like, the kissy face. Well, you know what that means.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, those things are taking a mind of its own. It's a whole language and culture now. Like,
yeah.
All of that.
Yeah.
All of that. So, that's big. I remember the memes things. Like, memes are kind of always, like, a thing, like, in the background of social media. But the day that I remember it became a thing was the Manny Pacquiao fight.
Thing.
He got knocked out. And immediately, as he got knocked out, there were, like, videos. People were taking a picture. And they even had, like, Simba, like, trying to wake him up.
Oh, my God.
No, but it was like so quick, and I was like, "Yo, these people are like quick."
Yeah,
and now
it was always like that. Even like turning things into a song.
Yeah,
it would immediately be on YouTube, quick. Like, how did you do that?
Twitter moments of the decade. Like, just look up the hashtag pure gold, all of it. Just go look it up. Now,
what about like events in this decade? At least in Miami, where we're from, Memorial Day weekend.
Is that new though?
Is that what?
New.
No, it wasn't. What do you mean? Is that new?
Is that this decade?
That's this decade.
You think so?
Because I feel like, I don't know when it started exactly, but 2009 maybe. I don't know if it was 2009 or 2010. It might have been 2009 because I don't think I was old enough to drink yet, but. Not Collins. Ocean Drive was like blocked off, like for the first time for like Memorial Day weekend, Miami or whatever. And I was always on South Beach at that time, so me and my best friend we went and like got like drinks. Nobody ID'd us. Nobody like nothing. But then we didn't do anything. We just went home. We just got our drink and then we went home. But then it started getting crazy and like turned into Urban Beach Weekend. Yeah. And I want to say that was the time. And now it's like, what, not a thing anymore?
No, it's still a thing.
Oh, okay.
It's just now they super crack down on it. Like, police ride around with like scanners and they scanning people's license plates, locking people up.
I want to say that was the weekend that guy bit that guy's face off.
It was. He was on Flocka, and
that's what they say. They said he was on weed.
No,
and people were like, "Weed doesn't do that."
Synthetic weed. They thought like K2 or something.
Bath salts.
That's what they said. End up saying bath salts, which I guess people now say it's Flocka.
Yeah. So I remember that, and like, I don't remember any other newsworthy things that happened. But that was like a really big one.
Yeah, that was big. Just in general, the amount of people that are down here, and just the chaos. Like, there's always like a shooting.
Yeah.
Or they're fighting. Like this year, there was the girl who got laid out by some dude on the beach.
What are you talking about?
There was a girl who got punched in the face on the beach by a guy. It was a big video on the internet.
Or even that like that music festival that's always here, Ultra. There's always something happening there.
Yeah. There was
But that was this decade that started.
Yeah. Right? There was a girl giving fellatio on the causeway.
But that's Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Moving on.
What?
Politics.
Let's make this quick.
It was a whole nother ball game.
Yeah, let's make this quick.
I remember voting for the first time.
That was not this decade.
2009? Or I voted in 2008.
Yeah.
Well, but he didn't come into office until the next year. Yeah. So 2009. And the Obamas were in office.
It's been a long decade.
It's been a long time. I remember going to a rally. I skipped class. It was the only time I ever skipped class. What kind
of rally you went to? Because now people...
I went to an Obama rally. Okay. Obviously.
Not obviously, because now when people say rally, it's like, oh, snap.
No, it was very tame. Nobody got hurt. It was a very calm rally. And actually, I only missed half of class because my classes were 4 hours long. So I went with
two shoes over here. I only missed half of my class.
Yeah, so I missed 2 hours of class. You
skipped school?
What?
You couldn't just say you skipped school?
I skipped school for 2 hours. That's what you want me to say?
Oh my God.
And I made it back to class and whatnot, but it was at the Raymond James Stadium, and I went with Shamika. Should I say people's name? I went with Shamika, and
yes, Shamika probably skipped class too.
She probably didn't have class that day. Yeah, and it was like the first election that we were a part of. So that was really cool.
I just feel like politics have changed so much from that time to now. Like now, I said this, I think, in the last podcast. I miss it, like, when I didn't know how everybody thought politically and all that. Like, I just feel like now it's It's just a free for all, and it's dividing the country in a way I don't think it has before, or in a long time. Because definitely our country's always been divided. But yeah, politics aren't fun. I feel like it's messy. It's very race related. I just feel like there's a lot of trigger words, a lot of trigger people.
Yeah.
So yeah, I stay away from it. So let's make this quick.
That was it, really. Because he was the president for most of the decade.
Yeah. And then
we're here. So, I didn't even mention Black Panther. We saw Black Panther this year.
Yeah.
Not this year. This decade. Because I'm wearing a shirt. So, yeah, that was pretty good. That was like probably one of the best movies I saw this decade.
Yeah. I mean, it was one of the bigger ones just because of what it represented.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not big on like the Marvel movies, but they were huge this decade.
I'm not either.
Huge. Huh?
No, I said I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not at all.
They were huge, but I definitely went to go see that one.
What about personal growth? I feel like we have grown.
We got married.
Yeah. I mean, in 2009, we were still dating. We were in college.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
What's up?
2010.
We got rocky.
We broke up. 2011, we got back together.
Yeah, at some point.
Yeah.
Late.
I want to say it was 2011. 2013, we got engaged. Mm-hmm. 14, we got married. Bought a house. Financially, we've grown too. I mean, there was so much I didn't know about like life in 2009 to now, like taxes and filing taxes and like how much.
It wasn't filing taxes because I had already filed taxes. It was filing taxes like when you're making decent money. Yeah. It's different.
Yeah, it is different.
It's different.
It's like in 2009, we knew we was getting a return.
1040 EZs on TurboTax.
Yeah.
Like now, I need an accountant.
2009, I didn't know really what was gonna be like of my career. I didn't know. Like I was in it. I was interning and whatnot, but who knows what could happen? You know.
In 2009, I thought I was going to be a marketer, like a mass business marketer.
I remember that.
Thought I was going to be the man out here.
Yeah. Oh, no, I wasn't interning yet. I was interning in 2010. Mm-hmm.
Things changed.
But I had a little job or whatever.
Yeah, you were one track. You kind of knew.
I knew what industry I would be in. I didn't know what I was going to be doing.
Yeah, I thought I knew what I was doing.
And I thought for sure I would just wanted to work for a designer and like learn. And maybe one day, design myself. And now,
got you.
Wow, now I'm like working for myself.
Things good. Things
good. It's weird. And credit. 2009, I didn't have no credit.
But high school. College.
That's college. People have credit in college.
Yeah, but you don't know about it. Like you don't know the importance of it or the.
I didn't have credit until a little bit before we bought a house, and it wasn't to get a house. It was literally because I was going on a work trip overseas.
And you got a credit card.
And I got a credit card.
Flex, you was going overseas?
Yeah.
Work trip? Talk about it.
Whatever.
Something like.
They sent me to Colombia.
Okay, you got that.
All right. Oh, yeah, places we've seen, like, in this decade.
Man, we've been...
we're not going to list them all.
Okay, we've been a lot of places. But where do you want to go in the next decade?
Possibilities are endless.
Impossibilities.
Impossibilities.
Nah, the possibilities
are endless. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah,
I feel like this is gonna be the first decade that I kind of know what to expect a little bit. You never know what's gonna happen in life, but I'm a little more aware about life. In your teens and 20s, you're just like living it.
Because we're born in like late 80s, 89, so we move with the decades.
Yeah.
So like this decade was our 20s. Literally the next decade will be our 30s. Like the whole decade will be our 30s.
Crazy.
We move with the decades.
Yeah.
So, yeah, 30s be good to me.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Me too. All right, you got anything else?
I don't know.
I think that's it.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Y'all boys chew on this for the rest of the year. We'll be back
First of all, we have listener questions.
I was ready to go.
All right, we'll make this quick. Let's move on.
So for this episode's listener questions, we have 2 questions. The first one, starts off. Hey, Jackie. You guys talked about sex briefly in a previous episode and seem to be open talking about it. So maybe you have a suggestion. This is. My husband is ready for sex all the time. I love having sex with my husband, but I also like to eat, sleep, go to work, and do other things.
Okay.
Men typically do have a higher sex drive, so I get it. But have you ever had to compromise on this so it's not scheduled and both of you are satisfied? I'll let you answer that.
Scheduled? Why me?
I don't know. Because the question said, hey, Jackie.
And
so
Charles.
I'm pretty sure she values your opinion a lot
more. So it's not scheduled. I mean, we've never had to schedule.
Yes, we have.
What?
It's not scheduled.
You literally have sex on a calendar?
No, not like that. But it'll be like tonight, and they'd be like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah, but every time that we say that, it doesn't happen that day, so it's never.
You're right,
scheduled.
and that's very awkward. I don't like that. I hate that it feels scheduled.
Yeah.
Or if it feels scheduled,
then you feel like you got to put on or whatever. Like it's weird. So yeah, men typically do have a higher sex drive. That's what they say. I feel like I feel like as women get older, I don't know.
Because right now I feel like our situation isn't the same, but it's similar.
Yeah, I mean, you are a man and you have a higher sex drive, but I feel like as I get older, it like increases. So I don't know what that is. If someone's listening that's like a nurse or a doctor or whatever, it could just be like hormones and whatnot. But you have a suggestion?
I guess
go ahead.
Nah,
yeah, you a man, so like what?
I guess one thing as a man is just I mean, we've talked about it too. Like, I don't think all sexual desires are like simply just intercourse.
Okay.
I think there's other things like, you know, you don't eat all day every day, right? So like sometimes you gotta have like a little snack. So like in between meals, you know, just show affection, or there's different things maybe y'all could do that.
In between meals?
Yeah, in between meals. So it don't feel like, man, it's been X amount of days. Because Jackie, I don't know, like maybe she might not think about it, like, oh, when's the last time we had sex? Like, usually the guy, he know off top, yo, it's been like 3 days, man. Like, how you been 4 days? Like, yo, what's up?
I've been here 4 days.
So it's just kind of resetting the clock a little bit. So break it up sometimes, like, and also I guess talk about things that help you in the situation, because you said you have a lot of things you do. You work, you know, you do certain things.
You know, he could do some things too.
Yeah, like, you know, transparency.
He could do some laundry.
I was doing laundry.
He
I was putting dishes away.
You know, and dishes are my thing.
Yeah, you came home. You ain't had nothing to do.
I was like,
very few excuses at this point. So I'll let you go. Like,
we're not doing this right now.
Oh, I'm sorry, but
that's funny though. But it's true. It's real.
Yeah, it is.
And honestly, when you think about sex, it's not something that is like a 8-hour work thing. Like, sex ain't for 8 hours.
Yeah, it's
so
not.
You can carve out an hour or less, because you don't need an hour. Unless you just want to make it, you know, a good time.
It's too long. Bro.
But
it's too long.
But yeah, you don't need all that. So really, I feel like I think this is in our devotions, we have to meet each other halfway for this. For this, you got to meet halfway. I know his cap.
You think you know.
I know his cap. I know when it's like, okay,
It's been this many days.
Yes. And it needs to go down.
But you don't always meet the cap.
Yeah, because sometimes we're just busy or whatever. But
and I also feel like, I guess you have to figure out what gets you in the mood.
Yeah. And sometimes initiate, like a woman can initiate. Yeah. It's okay.
And you won't say no. So it's just figure out what gets you in the mood too, and then like, it can't be once a week that you get in the mood. Like sometimes you gotta, turn it on, sis. Yeah. But yes, I think it's a work in progress. He also has to be considerate too, that y'all are on different levels of sex drive, and sometimes you be busy, but you gotta do your things. Do your things.
Next question. Are you reading it or?
I can. Okay. How do you deal with times where you have to come to an agreement about something you both have opposite views on?
You know who wrote that question?
I think I do. Oh. How do you make it so that the same person doesn't always have the final say, which could cause additional conflict? I'm pretty sure I know this, listener. Yeah. Go ahead. Do you want to answer the listener's question?
You're so weird. Again, that's like do we meet in the middle, or which side are we going on?
So this is actually part of our devotional that we recently did, and it was how to settle disagreements. So there were certain three options that they talked about. One was meet the person on their side. So in a relationship, there's give and take, there's sacrifice, all of that. So sometimes, one person has to, I don't want to say give in, but has to compromise and meet the person on their side of the argument. Then there was the option of meeting each other in the middle. Where you try to find like, okay, so say Jackie thinks we should invest $500. I say $1,000. We do $750. We meet in the middle. Something like that. And then the third option was to agree to disagree for a moment and then reconvene.
I don't like that option.
So that option is like, look, we've been arguing about this back and forth for like a day. Let's sleep on it and we'll set a date so it doesn't linger forever. It's like, look, we'll talk about this again on Wednesday. Mm-hmm. Hopefully you both have time to, if you're both of the faith, you do some devotion, some prayer. Or sometimes you just need time. Sit on it, think, go back and forth, and in your own head, and then come back, and hopefully you can reach one of the other two, where you meet the other person on their side, or you meet in the middle. Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's gonna come down to that. We gonna meet in the middle, or we gonna go to either side, because a decision has to be made, or the argument has to be settled. You can't be arguing for the rest of your life, especially about like this one thing. So how do you make it so the same person doesn't always have the last say?
I think this is where,
if that person is always right, then I don't know.
So I'll say, as the leader of the household, you're not supposed to laugh.
No, it's because, I'm not laughing at him. It's just because I always say that. I be like, okay, you're the leader of the household, right?
Until it's time to be leader of the household.
So then go ahead.
Then they don't like it when you're leader of the household. As a leader of the household, I think it's the balance you need to have as to understand and control, I guess, sometimes what is the greater good. And when it's those stalemates, a lot of times, if I have to make a decision, I make a decision. And to make sure I don't always have the last word, I consider other factors. Like, I don't simply just stand on whatever my view was. I try to look at things from both sides. And I think that's what any good decision maker would do. And sometimes, you got to sacrifice. The Bible talks about loving your wife like Christ loved the church. Christ loved the church when he died for us. He sacrificed when he didn't have to. So sometimes, as a leader, you got to sacrifice even when you don't have to, technically. So that's how I feel like I handle those situations.
Okay. Keep playing with the...
Oh, I'm doing what I want. So. As leader of the household.
So, yeah. Yeah. And sometimes the leader of the household could be wrong. Or it could just, maybe not wrong, because it could be both valid opinions. Mm-hmm. Most of the time it is. And that's why it's an argument. Because we're both right. So, like, what do we do? To you. But sometimes the leader of the household doesn't always go that way. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So just because you're the leader of the household, that don't mean, okay, that's what we're going to do exactly what you want to do all the time. But I just wanted to put a disclaimer. That's all. Yeah.
But I do feel like if we're going to look at it from the biblical sense, like, yeah, I think you kind of do have to trust me to make the right decisions. Yeah. And sometimes that may mean doing something you don't think is right at the time. Yeah. But hopefully... And just like what I was talking to my sister about, sometimes a leader has to ask the opinion of everybody else to see, to test the waters. Mm-hmm. And the leader may not get the results that they want. You can just say my name, but carry on. Okay, so like if we're in an argument... This sounds so crazy.
But if we're in an argument...
Or if you're going to do that, just like call me leader when we're not here. Like, we'll be out like, hey, leader.
I'm just saying in relation to this question. All right, okay. So if you think, okay, this is what we should do, and then I think, no, this is not what we should do, at the end of the day, we're going to go with something at the end. Like, even if you can't meet in the middle, you have to sway to one side. Yeah. So just because you're Jocks, and you're the leader, doesn't mean that I'm just automatically going to go to your side. Because we have two valid points that we have to look at. Mm-hmm. That's all I was saying. Okay. Since you wanted me to say your name. Yeah. Proudly. So yeah.
All 2020.
That's it. I mean, I don't know if we answered the question. Hopefully we did. That's what has worked over here.
All right. Don't forget you can email us at a rookie. You can email us at MichelMatters@gmail.com. Or just hit us up individually with any questions you got. Yeah. All right, on to the business spotlight. So for this episode's business spotlight, we wanted to highlight one of our own friends' businesses. It is Serving Hearts Creations and Treats. It's ran by Monica Sapp. Well, all the Sapp girls, I believe. They're all involved. Yeah. And yeah, they make the Sapp ladies, excuse me. Yeah, so they make t-shirts. They make a lot of like baked goods, cookies, cakes,
banana pudding, cupcakes.
They got the Martha Jean touch.
Yeah.
No, but
well, they learn from
yeah, they're really good. High quality shirts. Yeah. She does custom orders, mostly custom orders. Yeah. So I definitely go on the Instagram. We'll have the link in the show description.
It's always good to have a nice graphic tee in your closet. Yeah. And especially if it's like, custom for what you are trying to display.
Yeah, so like baby showers, couple shirts. What else? Like birthdays.
You want to match for a family picture,
family reunion,
engagement.
Yeah, she do all of that. Yeah. So nice touch, great people. It's our friends. Yes. And Serving Hearts is an appropriate name because I feel like they're a bunch of servants. Not in a bad way, I guess. That sounds crazy, but
in a Christian way.
In a Christian way, they're all servants, great people. So yes, definitely support and look out. Yeah. All right.
We'll have all the information below.
So I think that's it.
That's it for this year, y'all.
Episode 50.
Yep.
Good.
We'll see you in 2020.
Yes, get a little break. All right, y'all.
Bye.
Peace.
When I pull up on you, then I might swear, ayy. Double off deuce, ayy. That you might work, ayy. When I pull up on you, then I might swear, ayy. Double off deuce, ayy. That that you might work, ayy. That you might work. That you might work.